just a lot of alcohol use, and I think that that hasn't stopped. And now I think that that's affecting Caleb.
I don't think so.
The divorce proceedings between Stephanie and her spouse Bubba rapidly escalated into a fierce exchange of accusation, revealing layers of complexity that go beyond the surface narrative.
Okay, Miss Katrina, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, our son, Caleb James, he just turned 8.
By bringing up their 8-year-old son early on, Stephanie aimed to center the discussion on his welfare, yet it raises doubts about whether his best interests were genuinely at the forefront when she initiated the split.
And he started school, and already he started having school issues in school. He's been getting into fights with other kids. He's been arguing with the teachers. He's not been doing his homework.
Although the boy was evidently struggling with certain difficulties, Stephanie opted to skim over the core problem, relying heavily on heartfelt pleas to sway opinion.
And this is completely new behavior. He was an A and a B student, and now his grades are also dropping. And I think it has to do with what Bubba here is doing at home.
Okay.
She pointed fingers at her former partner for the child's school-related behavioral troubles, attributing them to his alleged excessive drinking and extramarital affairs, setting the stage for a one-sided Dapper portrayal.
What is Bubba doing at home?
So he's a truck driver, and during our marriage, there were a lot of issues with that. A lot of, strange women, just a lot of alcohol use.
However, consuming alcohol in moderation doesn't inherently disqualify someone from being a capable parent. It seems like an attempt to generalize negative stereotypes about fathers.
And I think that that hasn't stopped. And now I think that that's affecting Caleb.
Regarding the claims of infidelity, those are grave matters, but fairness demands that Bubba be presumed innocent without concrete evidence.
I don't think so.
Excuse me, sir. Once it is your turn, I will come to you. That's the first thing. Second thing, those loud outbursts, they will not be tolerated.
As Stephanie wrapped up her litany of faults pinned on Bubba concerning their son's issues, her intense focus unnerved him, prompting an unexpected outburst that heightened the courtroom tension.
So during the marriage, there were a lot of issues with infidelity, with drug use, with alcohol use, and he's still doing the same job. He's still driving the same routes.
This interruption marked the initial misstep for the father, with the judge sternly noting that such behavior was inappropriate in a formal judicial setting, unlike a casual outdoor chat.
Bringing these same people into Caleb's life, into his home with our son.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Similar disruptions had apparently occurred previously, suggesting that perhaps Stephanie should have considered dissolving the union much earlier to avoid ongoing conflict.
True, you cheated on her, you're using drugs, you're drinking alcohol, you're doing all of this while you're transporting things in an 18-wheeler.
It appears that Stephanie's initial testimony swayed the judge, potentially putting Bubba at a disadvantage as the hearing progressed.
No. I actually work 1 week on, 1 week off.
Okay.
So we have shared custody. So
all right.
the week that I work, she has custody of Caleb.
Okay.
The judge's surprise at hearing the initial request stemmed from concerns over the husband's immediate security before delving deeper into the case specific.
Off, I have custody of Caleb.
All right.
Now, some of the things she's saying, yes, I do drink sometimes,
Are you drinking while you're driving that 18-wheeler?
I do not drink while I drive, no.
This reaction implied that the couple was already operating under a joint custody arrangement while living apart.
All right.
I drink occasionally when I'm home. It's not too bad, but with...
Well, where would she be getting that from?
On the topic of alcohol, there was no indication of impaired driving habits. If that were the case, the consequences would have been far more severe and prolonged.
Well, I have a lot of female clients that I do transport for, so she thinks that I'm, getting these jobs because I'm sleeping around, which she's very promiscuous herself, so...
Oh.
By clarifying his position on drinking, Bubba navigated out of that particular allegation, allowing the judge to shift attention to Stephanie's subsequent grievances.
Caleb has told me that she has brought in a lot of men around him, and he doesn't know who they are.
Okay. So Caleb is just seeing a lot from the both of you, sounds like.
Then came Bubba's revealing counterpoint, exposing that Stephanie wasn't as faultless as she had depicted herself in her narrative.
Caleb, he's 8. Who pays health insurance for Caleb?
I do.
All right, how much do you pay?
$75 a month.
Okay. And Miss Katrina, you're looking for him to pay child support?
This disclosure shattered the facade of moral superiority she had built through her accusation, leading the judge to inquire about the financial aspects related to their child.
And you can't find anything comparable during COVID
No.
in engineering?
No. So my degree was in chemical engineering.
Okay.
Why should Bubba shoulder the full burden of child support when Stephanie's actions had equally, if not more, disrupted their son's stability, especially given Bubba's frequent absences from home? Her assertion of being unable to secure employment in chemical engineering seemed implausible in a post-pandemic economy brimming with opportunities in that high-demand sector. The judge found this excuse suspicious, as engineering roles, particularly in specialized fields, are abundant in a technologically advanced nation.
It's not a legitimate reason to place this man on child support. So I'm going to deny your request today to place him on child support.
Clearly cornered, Stephanie's story unraveled further with a prestigious degree. Landing a lucrative position should be feasible, making her explanation ring hollow. In a blatant fabrication, she persisted with her claim, but the judge's skepticism was evident in the follow-up questions directed at Bubba, who unveiled yet another startling detail. Explaining how an acquaintance knew more intimate facts than he did, Bubba delivered a decisive revelation that accelerated the judge's decision-making.